So what kind of week are you having?
I had a root canal on Monday.
Oh God.
I know.
So I'm hearing a rough week.
I guess yeah. I guess it is a rough week. Oh yeah, my fucking car. It's
Oh yeah, your car broke down.
no. There's no quotes. It broke down.
Hmm. Why did you get a root canal?
You know what I'll say about that? I'm pissed, man. It happened on Santa Monica Boulevard in front of Mendocino Farms. You know that we've been to that Mendocino Farms.
Yeah.
People are such assholes. I'm on the side of the road, and like my hazards are on, or my warning lights or whatever, and every 4 to 5 seconds, and some guy like
Were they like old?
I'm in the car just
old Volkswagen Bugs? Like
yeah, what the horn? my sound effect wasn't the best, but
they were beeping at you.
I'm sitting in the car distressed, and fucking people are like, they're like looking over like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I was like, my car won't start, you motherfuckers.
Were you double parked?
No, you know, literally right in front of Mendocino Farms,
Where's Mendo? So it's
where the Target is.
Oh,
You know Santa
by
Monica.
Target?
Yeah, it's like
That's
it's a fucking shit
you
show
were
of
like
an intersection.
in Times Square of LA. Like
100%.
that's the worst spot to be. And so you were in the middle of the road?
Well, I was on the side of the road. My car wouldn't accelerate, and people.
Sounds. I know why. I told you, you accelerate too fast.
I don't know.
This is how Evie
would-
takes off. Every single time that you take off after dropping me off. I'm like, I watch you leave, and I'm like, oh, he was pissed. I always think like, oh, he wanted to leave like 10 hours ago.
Thank God.
You go,
I just
this was a
leave.
really fun hangout. Have a good night. And I like barely close the door, and you're like, and the car's like going 10 miles an hour. It's so loud. And I'm just waiting for it to explode.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about all that, but yeah, the engine crapped out, or something crapped out.
And you were in the middle of the road?
No, luckily, somehow, by the grace of God, I heard a poof, and I went, "Fuck, man, my tire." I heard a pop, and
outside the
I'm
car?
turning. Huh?
Where did you hear a pop?
I heard a pop
in the engine?
in the engine somewhere.
Yeah.
I couldn't place where the pop was, but I was turning left, and luckily I was able to had enough muster to kind of go into the thing, and I'm on the side of the road.
Oh my God!
But
did you push it?
No. Luckily it just kind of like
Glided.
Yeah, it went right there, but you know the thing is, there's no. It's like the lane is a lane. Like there's no in that lane. You know what I'm saying?
No.
There's like the left-hand lane, and then there's the right-hand lane, and then there's the curb. There's no like cushion. Like on a freeway, there's like lane, and then there's like cushion.
Oh, you mean you pulled to the side of the road?
No, yeah, I pulled in the side of the lane, I guess.
But I'm imagining the road next to Target. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, but on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Oh, you were on Santa Monica?
Because you know
so you were
Target's
making
on
a
La Brea.
left onto Santa Monica?
Yeah, I made a left onto Santa Monica.
Oh, so you were on La Brea?
No, I was on Santa Monica.
Jesus Christ. I'm literally trying to figure this out. You
know
were on Santa Monica.
Yes, Santa Monica
making a
Boulevard.
left onto La Brea Avenue?
No, I was on some other street, Formosa, I think, making a left
That's
onto Santa Monica.
critical information.
Okay, sorry.
You were leaving Target?
No, I was
from the
coming back
garage?
from something, but yeah.
I'm just going to go okay at this point. Yep, you were on the side of the road.
I was on the side of the road.
But don't all roads in LA have parking on the side? I mean, not the
But
405,
not
but
that-
like...
Not that one. That was my problem. Is that it's just lane. It's all lane.
And so what, you just stopped? You
I
started crying?
I almost cried, and then I was shaking. I've never, I was panicking.
You were pretty... I've always thought that you were a pretty steady person.
I'm not.
And when I say steady, I mean like you handle stressful situations pretty well.
That's
I've
yeah.
been on stage with you, and you have a very good demeanor through thick and thin.
right.
I will say,
Thank you.
I mean, maybe I'm going too far now, but like, I will say that you don't give a fuck a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it comes in hand. Like, I feel like you could pilot a plane.
Probably not. No, I don't think that's intense.
Well, with the proper training. I feel
oh,
like
I see what you mean. Like the steady. Yeah. Well,
I freak out.
right.
Last night I did stand up and I literally had to like tell myself 12 times. It was the worst show. The worst show ever.
In your head, or like you pulled aside and you went, Joe, get it together.
Yeah, I said it. I pulled myself aside. No, I said it in my head.
But while you're doing
because
it,
I'm like, this is a terrible show. And I told myself in my head, center yourself and breathe and be good and be handling the situation.
That's good.
And you want to know something? I went up there and I said that. And usually when you're vulnerable, because I said, this is a terrible show.
You said it in.
Now I'm in the microphone and I'm talking, right?
And you're ready to go. You're going, this is my set, or I'm ready to start my
I
5.
just walked onto stage.
Okay.
The first thing I say is like,
let's enter
this
the
is
mind
a rough
of
show.
a champ. Let's enter the mind of
a genius.
Yeah. And it's like you're in. Okay.
I'm willing to go down this path with you. I'm willing to open up.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear
I
it.
don't know what we're doing.
No. Let's hear it. I actually really do want to hear this.
I got onto stage.
Okay.
Now, and I said, this is a terrible show. And I said, you know it's a bad show when you have to tell yourself to breathe. And see, usually, and so usually what I do when I go up is I try to like be vulnerable at the top or connect to or call something. It's called calling something.
Oh, you were saying that.
The last comic had a tag out of their shirt, and so you call that, and someone actually did that in the show.
Right.
But like that's an example of calling something.
Kind of be present, yeah, or make a comment on the room sometimes too, right?
Yeah, like one time I was like, there was a dress on the wall at Flappers.
Right.
And I was like, is that the dress from the meme? Is that the blue dress or the white? What do you see, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, varying success rates, usually failing. But
do you feel that it places you in the room kind of like,
yeah.
So that you're not just like with all this prepared material going up there, it like kind of plants you?
I feel like it's something I recently learned. And yeah, because people can tell when you go right into a script.
Right.
And I also have the problem of like riffing too much. I think I'm I can really just stand there and
while you're doing the thing, like while you're in the act itself.
I burn a lot of time. I look at the clock and it's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes of riffing, and I'm like, I have like 7 minutes of prepared material, and I can't even work on my material because I'm getting in my own way.
Right.
But anyways, we talking shop. But anyways, I think you could pilot a plane. I think that.
I was gonna say because like my dentist did the root canal and it took 2 hours, and I'm like, the focus with which you have to, I don't think I have that focus to do something for 2 hours. Like, think about that. And an hour and a half of like fucking, like concerted work of like going in there and killing the nerve and doing whatever he had to do. And I'm like, how, like, I don't think I've focused that long, like an hour and a half of like pure focus of a job.
An hour and a half or 2 hours?
Well,
you said 2 hours.
1.5 to 2 hours. Have you ever focused for that long and done a task for that long?
Well, I sit in an office 8 hours a day.
Yeah, but you're going on Facebook and you're pissing and doing a whole bunch of different things. But
I actually realized, I do agree with you, is what I will say. I do agree with you. I promise.
You don't have to agree with me.
You go to the job 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
You feel burnt out for 2 reasons. 1 or 2 reasons.
Okay, let's hear it.
You feel burnt out because you're bored to fuck.
Yeah.
And I just made up that saying, but you're bored to fuck.
Bored to fuck.
Not bored to wanting to fuck. That's another problem.
Right.
But you're bored to fuck. You're bored to hell.
Oh, to hell. Yeah.
Yeah, you hate it. Or you're burnt out because you did concentrated work, which you're not used to now.
Right.
And you did it for like what? 45 minutes?
An hour. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And you go, oh my God, what a hard day. I know that's me.
Right.
So that's everybody. And now I'm segueing. I read an article.
Okay, let's hear it.
But wait, I still wanted to say you're a good pilot. But anyways.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean,
I just could imagine.
Compliment
me. Stall, fire. Oh my God. And you're just like very stoic and you're like, are there scrambled eggs back there?
Well, I don't know.
I need a vodka orange juice.
I don't.
You're very calm. You don't give a...
Yeah, yes and no though. It's a weird thing. I think it's a weird thing. Sometimes it pops up where I'm not, like in this instance I was shaking.
Yeah. And you really almost cried?
No, I didn't almost cry. But a cop pulls up to me and he goes like, what's going on? And I'm like,
really?
I'm on the phone with AAA, or I'm trying to get on contact with AAA. Yeah. But anyway, what
my segue was,
yeah,
I read an article this week.
Okay.
And this is how stupid the articles are on Facebook. I read an article.
That's where you get your news.
It is, per the last episode.
Right.
I read an article that said, fuck, what did it say? Jesus, this is what happens.
Also, I was going to say, fuck, I was about to say something too. I read an article.
No, I have it now. My article. Listen, you with me?
I'm with you. Yeah. Okay.
Stop thinking about yours.
Okay.
Think about mine. I read an article that said that there's a reason for your boredom.
Okay. All right. Well, this is interesting. Yeah, I like this.
And it had all these theories that you're burnt out and you...
Do you feel bored though?
At work?
I guess
people from work might watch this.
Particularly for work?
But fuck it. I feel bored at work all the time. First of all, my job... The lighting is terrible. And I tell them all the time. I feel like I have jaundice in there. You know jaundice where you turn yellow? The lighting is yellow. It's terrible. The lights are yellow. The floor is yellow. It's a fucking piss box. It's terrible. Whatever you want to call it. Nursing home. I don't know why I said piss box.
Is it translucent or what's the... Like, because like in doctor's offices, is it...
Translucent? Yeah, glass walls. And you press a button and
it goes through you.
And it goes fuck.
It's like an X-ray or something.
We're actually all AI. We're at home with VR glasses, and I'm going, Robert, how are you? Did you see my Excel sheet?
Wait, so
and
actually,
I'm in my living room.
So actually, paint the picture of the. It's not like, because new offices are now like open plan, and they're like,
yes,
hip, and and people are skateboarding to their desk. you know, like the Silicon Valley.
And they play nappy sack.
Yeah, they're like.
And they go, hey, Todd, you making a burrito today? Or
like,
I made a sushi burrito. And he goes, where? In the staff kitchen. Hey.
Yeah, and there's a chef in the kitchen making omelets.
And the chef is Mark Zuckerberg. Because he's so relatable.
But your office is not like that then. I'm assuming, is it more...
It's kind of stuffy.
Really?
It's kind of stuffy, yeah.
Are there dividers in the...
Yes.
Oh, see, that's like old. That's like
I'm like a fucking
1950s.
whale in the pond. You know, like the SeaWorld documentary, Blackfish?
Yeah.
Or Tillamook or whatever the whale was in the thing too long and then he killed everyone.
Right.
That's me. I'm literally building rage inside of a little 5-foot
You're like feeling, what is that? Like cabin fever.
Pissed. Yeah, cabin fever.
Yeah.
And you know it's bad when my boss walked up to me on Friday or Thursday and he goes, are you sad? He goes, I got you a sad light. It's literally called a sad light.
Sad light?
Yes.
Not a satellite.
Not to be confused with a satellite. A sad light.
Okay.
Unhappiness light.
Okay.
And it's supposed to emit like sun rays or like the wavelength of a sunlight.
That's like the most depressing thing I've ever heard.
No, it helped me.
Versus like going outside and doing it naturally.
No, I know. This is the world we live in.
That's so sad.
Imagine me in a yellow box.
And you're like...
And sometimes they're like, the morale is low. And I'm like, well, people are fucking in a yellow box. When for 2.5 years, they had sushi on they had no shirt on and they were eating French fries. And answering calls that way and answering emails.
Oh, because of the pandemic? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. But do you think? But some people don't like. Some people don't like to work from home. Some people need, even if it's a depressing place. I guess it's like they need a place to go in. Or
for a while, I felt that way. I felt like, oh, this is good because I can like break up my day.
Yeah.
It is hard to sit in my house all day.
But you like that better, probably, sitting in your house all day.
I like not getting ready. I told my coworker it takes a fucking hour and a half just to get myself presentable.
I know.
I got to primp and rub all the BO out of my armpits and all this shit. I'm air blowing my face just in time so I can quickly put cream on my face. All to rush to an office to find out that people are showing up at 11 o'clock. Why? Why am I putting myself through that?
Yeah.
Because it's uncertainty. But anyways, we're opening this whole
Well, no, but
wormhole.
that's a true. You're right though. I think that's what I hate. And then the commute. Well, you don't commute a lot, but it's like you factor
11 minutes a day.
11 minutes.
11 minutes there, 30 minutes
That's
back.
not a lot though. Well, I guess
That's
actually
more than I had before.
No, that's true. 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
think about
bullshit.
that. That's an hour a day
Dude,
for 5
it's bad.
days. That's 5 hours a week.
Yes.
Yeah,
5 hours a week
Yeah.
equals years of my life.
100%. Yeah,
And probably I'm getting so stressed and depressed.
that's almost a work day.
Uh-huh.
That's a half work day.
But I just, if you want to equate it to losing years of your life, I'm also getting stressed and depressed inside of the car. This commute and the preparation.
Yeah.
I have to wake up earlier to go to the gym.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm actually probably taking 10 years. I would go so far as to say I'm taking 10, 20 years
Out of your life.
off my life.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It would be nice if you could just like walk to work or something. You know, I worked in San Francisco for a little bit after college, and I remember I would take the bus or like the subway. It was called the BART. And I would get off at the station, and then I would walk to my office, and it was like the most beautiful thing. It was one of the most. I have like fond memories of that because you get off of the thing and you're like looking at architecture. You're seeing the homeless man, but it's
Hey,
like
John.
But it's like you're, instead of being in the car listening to a podcast or whatever.
The talk show podcast with Evie and Joe.
No, but
exclusively on Spotify.
Being in a car
Everywhere
is such
you
a
get your
solitary thing. I feel like it's like
So you preferred the train?
100%.
I fucking hated
You
it.
hated
I did
that?
it in New
Really?
York. Yeah, I did it in New York for like 2 or 3 years. I worked in Manhattan, in the middle of Manhattan. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But you lived in
I
Jersey.
used to sweat so much. I'm sorry?
You lived in Jersey, didn't you?
I lived in Jersey City, took the PATH train over to 34 or World Trade Center if I was feeling risky. But I usually would take it to 34th Street, get out, or hop on another train to go. I had to work up by like number 50.
Okay.
You know, the streets are
streets,
just like
yeah,
a
yeah.
grid.
Would you rather take driving 40 minutes in your car by yourself than like going on the subway?
Oh, yeah.
That's so interesting.
Oh, yeah. Because it's not even just, it's burning fuel and I'm alone. You don't have a man with a backpack in your face. And another man on a pole going, doing a workout, exercising and dancing to Michael Jackson and going, tips.
I guess
tips in a hat or something. You know, like,
the subways in
that
New York are different
is
though.
fucked up. Huh?
I feel like maybe the subways in New York are different. Like it's probably much more chaotic, I think.
That didn't happen on BART, is what you're saying?
I mean, there was like the occasional crazy person, but like during rush hour, everyone's packed in there. No one is like going too crazy. I'm like reading. I could stand and read, It wasn't like there wasn't like a sideshow going on.
Oh, no, there's always a sideshow.
Yeah.
Last time I was in the subway I went with my family to New York City last year, and a guy pulled out a knife.
Oh my God. See, I can't handle that.
So I was about to say a man in a dress. It was a man in a dress. Okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Based on what I saw. If you don't want to give him a label, if you don't want to say it was a man,
well,
it was a person with a beard.
Man presenting. He presented as a man.
Yes, and a wacko. He gets on this train. He has eyeliner, chest hair, and a beard.
Okay.
And he starts screaming, God knows what. I'm fucking cross-dressing. Or I don't even know what he was saying. And he starts
That's what he was saying?
I'm a fucking cross-dresser. I don't know. You probably can't tell by looking at me, but he's slamming on the windows. And so everyone in the subway car ran. It was so bad that we ran to one side of the thing and we all huddled there.
All
and I was
together?
like, this is how we die. And then this guy pulls out a knife.
Oh no.
And he's just holding it ready.
From the people that in the group of victims, I guess, in this case?
From the mentally healthy that day.
Got it.
The victims.
So he was ready to fight for you guys.
He was ready to slash him.
That's kind of a hero.
You see, the guy was about to lose his dress.
Remember
his expensive H&M, too tight.
Remember we
V-neck.
went to Chick-fil-A. Remember that?
Oh my God! Yes,
And the guy with
tell this story.
The cocking gun. You tell it much better.
So Evan and I almost got shot at Chick-fil-A
with a cocking gun.
What do you mean a caulking? Oh yeah, it was a caulking gun.
It was a caulking gun. Yeah.
Yeah, so we were we always go into this Chick-fil-A. And yes, I eat Chick-fil-A. Come at me. Mention it in the comments. Tell me what you think of me. Okay, I know it's so controversial. I like Chick-fil-A. They have good chicken sandwiches.
The sandwiches are good, yeah.
Okay? That's the only thing I like about them. But anyways, we used to eat at this one on Highland Boulevard here in Hollywood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And one time this guy fucking like, out of nowhere, he pulls out what looks like a gun.
Yeah.
And he's going bat, 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 bat.
Yeah.
He was taking
and everyone starts fleeing.
Flying around. I'm seeing sandwiches in the air.
The chairs are in the air.
Someone's running back for the Chick-fil-A sauce. Sorry, 1 second. Just gotta grab that.
And we sprinted. We ran out of there.
I thought we were dying.
And then remember we ran into like an alley and then we
there
heard
were fireworks. Someone like threw firecrackers at us.
100%.
And I was just like, we're never coming back here.
Yeah.
They hate gays and they want to scare you.
They hate sanity.
Yeah. Anyways, what was the article you read?
The article I read.
You said you read an article and you wanted to talk about it.
No, I had something to say about what you said, but now I don't remember.
My article was bullshit because my article.
Wait, what were the causes of boredom? We never.
It
got
had
to
a
that.
lot, and I don't remember them. Totally blank.
Great,
but
sweet.
this is what I have to say. This is what
Okay.
pissed me off about the article. Is there a reason for boredom?
You mean like, yeah, you guys are the reason for boredom? The people who make us work?
The situation.
Right.
The society we live in.
100%.
Cause and effect. I ended up in a cubicle somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow my little soul traversed space and time, and out of the bajillion options that happened, I was born as me.
Okay.
You know, and such a miracle. Life is a miracle. And then I end up in a cube.
But go.
Drinking out of a fucking office cup.
Right.
I double stack my office cups. That's the most exciting thing that I do because, like, you know, they're like flimsy paper.
And I guess like what do you do?
I work in television.
But like
That's the key takeaway.
But your day to day, I guess your day to day. But that's what I'm not trying to say. Like I'm like, yeah, our day to days. What really are our day to days?
Mindless.
To grow profit for something. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing, I'm trying to just grow profit for the company that I work for.
Well, yeah, I mean, watch TikTok. They say this all the time.
Sad existence, though. Like, what a sad
existence. It is
existence.
sad, but what are you going to be, an entrepreneur? You want to go on Shark Tank?
Well, but then it's like, but see, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so then I'm an entrepreneur. Then I'm only growing profit for myself. Why are our options to either grow profit or profit? Like, why is it always profit? Why can't I go?
I already told you why. Because money runs the world. Right. I said in episode 5,000 of this show, whatever this is, I said in one of the episodes, money shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
And don't you agree with that?
I agree with you. Yeah, I would barter. Listen, you
want to go back to like gatherer and hunter?
Honestly,
hunter?
well, this is a whole other thing. But yeah.
Well, let's hear it. You know, that's what we're here for.
I watched a video about hunter-gatherers, and yeah, it people think of it as like such a that's such a like, you know, who would want to live like that? But there are a lot of like cool things to it that I think were interesting and beneficial. Like they had a system of collective of like forced sharing. So if a guy asks you, "Hey, give me all of your potatoes or whatever," you have to give him those potatoes.
All of them?
Well, maybe not all of them.
I don't think I have to do anything. All of them? That sounds like
maybe not all of them.
Neo-Nazism or something.
It sounds like what?
It sounds like Nazi Germany. I have to give you all of my potatoes?
But then you can go and ask somebody else for...
What are you, Rockefeller? Yes, sir. Do you also want me to shine your shoes with the
not all
rag
of the
that I
potatoes.
used to wipe my baby's face when it was born? I don't know why I said that.
But it's like the neighbor coming into the... It's like a neighbor coming in and being like, "Can I have some sugar?" When was the last time your neighbor came and asked you for some sugar?
No, that would actually be really weird. First of all, came in. I hope they're knocking.
Well, okay, fine. They're not.
I have a Ring doorbell for a reason. I need to scope out who the fuck is at my door.
They're knocking and they're going, "Can I get some sugar?" I don't know. Honestly, I was just saying, well, and there was also, they were like saying that, oh, they kind of walk. Oh, they don't work a lot. They work like 3 hours a day. They work enough to get as much food as they need, and then they just kind of like sit around and play and talk and
beautiful.
Yeah. My whole thing is like we've made so much strides in automation, right? We can we have tractors and machines that can produce all of these things. Yet our work hours have stayed the same. Our wages have remained relatively the same.
And I'm starting a union.
But I'm just like, when do we get to hang out and do this?
Well, I mean, we're doing. I literally thought
it's a fucking Saturday or Sunday.
No, it's Sunday. You idiot. It's Oscar Sunday. Oh, by the way,
who cares?
I don't know. I it's also freaking long. I need preparation H to sit there.
It's
freaking long, man.
It is a long thing, and I guess like now, see, that's the thing. Now it's become a spectacle. People are waiting for what's the next slap? What's the next Moonlight kerfuffle?
Well, don't open this.
What do you mean?
This is exactly why I was walking around.
Okay.
Walking around the world saying that it was a conspiracy with the slap.
Oh, yeah. Well, you did. Did we ever talk about that? I think you did say that. Yeah.
It's very taboo to talk about.
Oh, really?
I was actually at an open mic.
The slap is taboo to talk about?
Yes, at least in the comedy world.
Oh, okay.
Everyone has something to say. This is what I will say.
Yeah.
Logically, the show needs publicity.
Let me take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath. Get comfortable. You want popcorn? Oh, by the way, you gave me a water. Oh, it's over there.
Oh, yeah. I can hand it to you.
Thank you.
What?
I'm talking a lot.
Let's hear it. Oh, I think you've told me this.
What do you think it's made up? What do you think? Wouldn't one think that we need a news story?
I just don't. I just like every time something. I go, really? Like they went through the whole effort of having, like, you think it was scripted and
No, I don't think it was scripted.
So then
and
what?
In fact, I don't think that anyone at the executive level knew about it or cared about it.
I mean, I think they've said that.
Huh?
They have said that out loud.
I know.
Okay. I just don't, but okay, you're not explaining what is your conspiracy. You think
this is my conspiracy.
Okay.
Will Smith, Chris Rock.
Oh, they got in cahoots?
A-list celebrities. Multi-bajillionaires.
Right.
They're talking. They're at rehearsals. Hey, man.
You want to try something?
My Facebook is lacking.
I have a new special coming out.
I need 10 million new followers. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Also, have you watched the clip?
I would let you slap me for like the clout of it. Yeah.
Well, we can go to a wide shot. And I just got to stretch.
No, but right? Would you do that?
Yeah.
Like if you and I, you might have legs.
If you're Will Smith,
no,
do you need another Oscars? If you're Will Smith,
what do you mean?
You're Will Smith. You're the top movie star.
Actually, hold on. But actually, no, because now, a lot of people, he got a lot of hate for it. Like, why would I wouldn't just like want to have hate.
He did get a lot of hate, but
you think that's something that he would want?
He was probably drunk too, and.
But you get what I'm saying.
I'm not going so far as to say, oh my God, like the Illuminati did this. Fuck that. I'm saying that like there's more to the story. And Chris Rock and Will Smith are buddy. They go to rehearsal. Also, have you played the tape back? Have you watched it in slow motion? I've watched it frame by frame.
Okay.
Chris Rock braces for that slap. Have you seen this?
But I mean,
why is no one saying this?
I think, but I mean, if somebody is coming at me with that level of aggression, the human body has, instincts. He probably is going, yeah, I'm about to get slapped.
So you're saying he was like, I'm a show. I have no choice but to do this.
Yeah, like,
but he knew like in the moment that it was coming.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can kind of tell that, I think.
Huh. I zoomed in on Will Smith's foot like 5 times.
Oh, really?
Because I thought, there's the sound of the slap.
Right.
And I kept thinking like, oh, he like stomped his foot to make the sound.
A lot of people have said
these guys are actors. These guys are showbiz.
Right.
They've done stunts.
Well, and that's a
They've
showbiz
been on
trick.
set.
What you just said. I think I remember. Like when you punch somebody, you go.
Your downstairs neighbor's crying. You stomp your foot.
You stomp your foot, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you or if somebody comes and they go, and you slap them, you put your hand here. And
That's actually what it sounded like.
You want me to recreate it?
That's very good.
It sounded.
Richard. Oh, Richard.
What?
That's what Chris Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Richard. With his crooked ass mouth, Chris Rock. Oh, boy. Oh. Wow. Okay. We're presenting a movie. Oh, we're presenting an Oscar for a movie. Wow. Okay. Or no, he goes, we're presenting a movie for, a documentary. Wow.
What does he say?
He kept saying, wow. Oh,
yeah, he said.
Oh, boy. Oh.
You're making him sound
him sound like a 1940s
like
train operator.
Jiminy Cricket in fucking Pinocchio.
Oh, boy. Your nose is growing so big.
Yeah.
But fine. They didn't.
But I honestly, if you've ever been slapped, it hurts.
I have. I've been punched in the face.
But it's like it does like you do kind of just get disoriented. I feel like, right? Like it yeah.
Have you been slapped in the face?
I'm trying to think. I think I might have. I'm not sure. That's a good question.
I actually don't think I have.
A slap? Yeah, maybe not. I got hit in the head with a drumstick one time.
Context.
I was at an arts camp, and there was a guy who, had maybe Asperger's or autism, and
who cares?
What?
He's differently abled.
He was differently abled. Yeah. And I don't pick fights. I don't.
It's honestly my insecurity. That's why I said that.
Why? Because you have.
We talked about autism one time, and I was like, maybe it's kind of fucked up, but like. All right, so this guy had Asperger's.
I remember. He was like the kid who had Asperger's.
He showed you the diagnosis, or?
Well, it was just like everyone knew, and they kind of handled him differently, and they were like, everyone was aware. And I was just in line for the cafeteria. I just finished my clown class or whatever the fuck I did. So I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
And I'm literally just in line. I'm getting ready to eat I'm so excited because I'm about to eat, a pizza bagel or whatever they had
slop.
that day. Yeah, slop.
With powdered sugar on top.
And all of a sudden I just like bam, like I collapsed and I start crying. And I went, what the fuck just happened?
You're so dramatic.
I'm 11 years.
It was just a drumstick.
It was 2 drumsticks held together, and he slammed them on my head, and I'm crying.
And that's why your face is crooked to this day.
Well, and you go to feel it, and you remember like a bump. You remember when you used to get bumps on your head?
I got one this week.
Oh, you got
I have
one
not
this
been
week?
given the opportunity to talk about it, but here we are. I think I
By
have
all
a
means, go
hematoma.
ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think I have a hematoma.
What
So
is
you
a
had a bump.
What is a hematoma?
Let's just go back to your story.
No, that's it. I had a bump and it hurt and I cried and they had a talking to him and they talked to me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't retaliate, but I remember being rocked to my core. Like it.
How old were you?
I was like 11. But what is a hematoma and why do you think you have it?
So, I don't know. I like the word hematoma. It rolls off the tongue. And I think I have a blood bubble.
Okay.
I think I have blood pressing on my brain. Pressing.
You
see how I just said pressing? That's my hematoma.
Well, you've always had a difficulty with like words and saying them.
Ha ha ha. I went to the grocery store. I opened the hatchback. This was literally a week ago now. And I just rammed my head into the thing. And
into what?
Into the hatchback.
While it was opening?
Yeah. Sometimes I move too fast. I'm going too fast.
So you press the thing and it's going, and it just where did it hit you? Or it's going down? I'm not understanding.
It's opening. You know how it goes. That was very good, huh?
That was good. Yeah.
It's opening
because it's got those cylinders or whatever.
Yes. And I always think they're gonna pop, but anyways, that's my anxiety. And so it has like a little hook thing where the door latches into the bottom of the car.
Yes.
That's what I hit my head on.
On the hook?
And it was so painful. Yeah, on the like contraption.
Where was it? On the back of the head or the front?
Right here on the back of the head.
Oh yeah, because I guess you're kind of going down like
plate 325 and the skull of, I don't know. There's like parietal lobe and whatever. I hit one of them.
Okay.
And I guess I was bleeding because now I have a big scab.
Oh, you were bleeding from
But I've been seeing dots. What does that mean?
Yeah, and have you been passing out?
Literally every night that I go to bed, I go, well, this might be the last one.
Well, you might have a concussion. You should probably get that checked.
Oh, God. But I hit my head in the shower the other day. I keep hitting my head.
That's kind of explains a lot, maybe.
Oh, God. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, just to make it a 3, a crane fell on my head. No, really, a crane fell on my head in 5th grade.
What? Oh, I think I remember this story, but yeah.
What do you mean you remember this
I think
story?
you've told me this story.
Oh, God.
But what happened?
Crane fell on my head in 5th grade.
What kind of a crane?
Big crane. The word crane. Imagine what it comes to mind. What
yeah,
comes to
okay,
mind.
You want me to tell you? A humongous crane used to lift heavy things.
Not like a skyscraper. Not like a skyscraper crane.
Okay.
But like a crane. Like a 2-story to 3-4 foot story.
Oh my God, that's
crane.
huge.
And the whole crane didn't fall on my head. A couple plates fell off of the crane, came through the skylight and hit me in the head. And we were doing a reading from Tiger Woods' book. Look it up, audience. I don't know what it's called, but he released an inspirational novel. We were supposed to be doing prayer, but this teacher was like, today we're going to read about things. And so we were all like, golf is the way to the future, and get your
golf is the way of
make
the
sure
future.
you're chipping twice a day, and then you'll succeed in life. I don't know what Tiger Woods'
golf
book
is
said.
The way, he's like, his platform is like golf is the way of the. Everyone needs golf in their life. Golf is.
And if you're not drinking beer twice a day in a country club, really consider.
Okay, and what? But you guys are outside?
No, we're in a classroom.
Why is a crane?
There's roof work going on. And imagine all of a sudden, bing, and it bounced off. And I think the crane hurt more than my head because I'm Colombian. And it went, and it fell off. And then in slow motion, I remember looking at the floor, and glass from the skylight cut this girl's ankle.
Oh my God! And it went through the roof.
And she was on crutches for like a year, and she sued the school.
It went through the roof, there's a roof intact, and it went through the roof of it. Do
you know what a skylight is? I've only said it 5 times.
Oh, it went through the skylight then.
Yes. A skylight is a weak point. So if you have a roof and a skylight, and I'm a crane, and I'm gonna drop somewhere and kill somebody, I'm gonna pick the skylight.
What
and
school
I'm not
are you
saying
going
that
to that has a skylight?
This crane was sentient. Excuse me?
What school are you going to? What is it like? And it had a koi pond. And
what is this?
Circular stairs.
What do you work for the school board? What school is having a skylight? They should not be having. What are you trying to say?
Are meant for like houses in fucking the Beverly Hills.
God forbid we had a little natural light. And someone took the time to do that.
My school was way more depressing than that. We didn't have a fucking skylight.
No, my school was really depressing. I think they spent all the money on the skylight. Like, we had a rusty water fountain. We were drinking Red Flakes. It was rough.
This is a freak accident. You know that term?
Mm-hmm. I've had a lot of those. Oh, anyways, let's complete the story.
Okay.
I ran out of the class. I remember running, and I walked. I ran out the door. And one of my teachers, the computer teacher, no less, she had heard it happen because she was in the classroom next door, and she was walking. And I grabbed her hand. And we just like held hands for a moment, and she was just like looking at me like, I need to help other people. And I was like, Miss Byrne, what
And
happened?
you're like, no, help me.
Yes. And then we all went into the hallway, and they were like, if you're injured, sit on the floor, and if you're not, stand up. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I really didn't know. But then I had a massive headache after that, so I think the crane hit me in the head. I think it did.
Okay.
And then everyone's crying and blood and da-da-da-da-da. And to the workers,
Yeah.
landscapers, or not landscapers, roof workers.
Oh, they were actually working on the roof.
They were the ones that dropped the crane.
Oh,
and they
shit.
come, sorry. And they grab the plates and leave.
They're like,
Our equipment,
like, we still need that. We're still working on
So
it.
sorry. Oh, head, ow, Band-Aid.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, and then in college.
Well, you should be getting compensation for that.
Yeah, maybe I can still sue.
Yeah. Good.
Holy name of Jesus. Non-for-profit school.
And then what would you say just now? And then what?
I have a bad history with things falling.
Well, do you remember one time we were walking and off the bus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell.
I don't remember what happened.
Tell.
Did you take it home with you?
Yeah, I have it as a souvenir.
What
the
was
day I
it?
almost died.
It was a camera, or
Apparently the buses have cameras. Literally on the side of the bus, there is like this contraption, a big piece of metal.
It was heavy.
It was heavy.
Yeah.
And full of wires. It was probably like the size of a pack of cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
But like it weighed at least a pound, right?
And it reminded me of like 1984 or like those like surveillance cameras, because it looked like it just like was something that could be used to surveil people.
Is that a?
I don't think that's a word.
No, that's an Eviism.
Survey people.
Mm.
But you know what I mean? It was like kind of had like a black, like there was like
A black mirror.
Yeah, there was like what was it?
Oh, it did have a mirror.
Yeah, it had a mirror.
It was like a casing that they built.
Yes.
And then they put like a GoPro in there, or like a little lens.
Right. But
Like
it looked
they went to
futuristic.
Amazon and they said sort by lowest price for cameras, and then they just like took it apart and put the lens in there.
Right.
Who knows if it even worked? I don't know. I didn't know that buses have cameras on the side.
But it fell from heaven, seemingly, right?
Oh, it did. It didn't fall.
I
You
remember- Yes.
It hit the fucking sign. The bus hit
the
bus misjudged.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
And it hit like there was like a sign that said no parking or something.
But I just remember like walking and then
It went and
Yes.
then boom, on the floor in front of me is a bus camera.
I remember it fell in front of us and we were like, what the fuck? And you picked it up and took it home with you.
And it was silver, like, so everyone was so coy. And I remember I was like showing it to people like, I just almost died. The buses have cameras. And people were like,
Who cares?
follow me on Instagram. You know, they didn't fucking care.
I know, they really did no one care.
This is LA.
Yeah.
You could lose a limb in front of people. They don't care.
And no one would
They
care.
go, let me get a selfie. It's just stupid. I mean, that is a stereotype that exists out here.
Remember somebody asked us if we had clout that one time too?
What?
We were eating, I think we had eaten breakfast and you had an anxiety attack.
Sounds about right. Sounds like a Tuesday for me.
Do you remember that though? You and then we like walked out and some guy was like, do you guys have clout? And we were like,
Wait,
no.
I remember this.
Do you remember this?
Wait, what happened?
I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, but it's such an LA thing.
Like he asked it genuinely, right?
Well, he was like, but I think he was trying to be funny. He like had a phone and he was like kind of just walking up to people going, do you guys have clout? And we were like,
What?
No.
He did it. So we're on tape somewhere going,
Yeah, we might.
no. There's a lot of videos of us out there. Do you ever think about like how many videos are probably out there of you?
Oh,
and
yeah.
you don't even know? Or
Well-
they're not even out there yet. They're on a hard drive. And someone could just pull it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
Because there's probably a lot. I mean, I've shown my ass on YouTube. I've done a lot. I've really done a lot. It's just all out there. A brick almost hit my head in college. I was going to tell you that.
Oh, this is the third now head
Who
injury
even knows?
trauma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I
Walking
think
around.
You're in NYU.
NYU. No. Oh, this is before I transferred.
Okay.
I was still at a community college.
Wait, so I didn't know you went to, actually, I didn't know this.
I went to Florida Atlantic University in Florida.
Oh, whoa.
Not technically a community college, but I always joked that it stood for Find Another University.
Because it said FAU.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I have a question. What is the mascot of NYU?
I think it's like a tornado. We almost didn't need a mascot.
I know.
I found out my mascot like.
Is it a film can or something? Like, what's the?
Like a Kodak film canister.
Yeah.
And it goes, bring it to the nearest Walgreens. And that's our mascot. It's that detailed.
No, but yeah, what's the Oh, and you have a case against NYU potentially.
We're doing this again?
Oh, we talked about this already? Okay.
Yes, I'm going to sue them.
Sorry. Yeah. I tell people that and they get a kick out of that, by the way.
I'm glad someone does. Never in my face, but I'm going to sue NYU because I never touched a piece of film. And they called it film school. Fucking what the fuck?
It should have been called digital digital media.
Yeah, or ripoff. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever you want to use. Brick almost. Yes, brick almost hit my head at Florida Atlantic University. Walking to class.
Okay. Which class were you going to?
Brick was so big, dude. It would have killed 5 people.
And you saw it?
So fucking big. There's a path and there's grass, and again, they're doing like roof work.
Okay.
And I don't see any signs that say stay away from the building. And I'm walking down the path. La-di-da. Here comes a fag. Just finding out who he is.
Jesus.
I have tight jeans and a tight asshole.
What class were you going to?
Huh?
What class were you going to?
Probably like art studies of Greek history of Spartan sex. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
But I was going. And brick. Boom!
Oh my God.
Hit the grounds. You know how grassy earth kind of absorbs sound?
Oh yeah.
You know it's loud if it hits grassy earth
and you hear
and it goes boom,
a thunk.
Like it would have shook Jello.
Did you
5 miles away?
Did you see it in front of you, or did you see it come towards you?
No. I'm walking. I told you I'm walking. And then big white marble brick.
Oh my God.
From the side of the building.
But where?
Boom,
in front of you?
hits the floor like 10 feet away. No cones. No, stay away from this building. You might die. I mean, literally, it would have killed a family or two.
And what did you do? Did you you know how in movies, it's something they kind of taken it back?
And I said, where is the nearest church?
Yeah.
I could have died.
Yeah, you could have died.
Final story, and I know we're running out of time.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
And I'm talking a lot, so sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, jeez.
You can have 10 minutes the next episode, which we may or may not be recording in an hour.
What? Oh yeah, last story.
My mom almost died in a Sears.
Your mom almost died in a Sears?
My mom almost died in a Sears.
Okay.
Did I tell you this?
I think I might, yeah.
Piece of rebarb came right through the drop ceiling and went into the ground and went whooping.
Oh my God.
Shook. Yeah.
Piece of what?
Rebar.
What the hell's rebar?
Long metal, deathly metal sticks.
Is that something that they're using to work on or something, or what?
So rebar holds cement together.
Oh, okay. So it's not, they weren't working on the
Yeah, they were doing work again.
Oh, okay.
Again, we just shouldn't be around work, which AKA we shouldn't go out, apparently.
Or wear hard hats or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking.
Well, that's the thing.
Get one of those immunity bubbles you get in video games. I don't know. Or like safety bubbles. Like
Bubble Boy? Have you ever seen the movie Bubble Boy?
It just makes me laugh to
say that name.
Yeah.
Well, and it's Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal is the lead in Bubble Boy. He plays Bubble Boy.
And he was going through his fat phase, or?
No, it's like a guy whose mom is like so afraid of the world, and so she puts him in a bubble, and he lives his whole life in encased in like a bubble, and you just at one point he's like, I need to get out of here, and he goes on a journey.
That's like the Truman Show.
It's a little bit like the Truman Show, yeah.
How big is the bubble?
It's like one of those. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's like one of those you've seen those
Orby bowls or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
That people fall around in.
But the twist is that his mom was lying to him. He never had any sort of disease, and she
Munchausen syndrome.
Yeah.
And so what? So she was like telling him like, take your cough drops.
Yeah, like kind of like,
your surgery is tomorrow.
don't go out into the world, son. Like,
really?
Yeah.
What did he think though? Like, was he so stupid that he?
Well, he was afraid. He had known his whole life that he was some weak.
Sounds like my upbringing a little bit. I literally didn't know what gay was for like way too long. Found out what gay actually was from YouTube.
Really?
Yes.
What age?
I was told not to be gay, but I don't know, way too fucking old. Probably 43. I don't even. I was like.
Well, actually, this is interesting though. How
18,
did you find out? Like, you found out, was somebody like supportive or not supportive, but like.
My mom was like, "Yes, queen, yes," and I was like, "I am gay."
But in what context did it? Like, was it like, oh, look at this gay couple? They're so. Or what was the?
How did I find out?
Yeah, what was the video about? I guess. Was it porn?
Basically, there's like two boys after soccer practice kissing, and then the word "gay" was in there.